All right, welcome back. It's been a long minute this time. Just want to check up on you, let you know that I'm still here. And sorry, I'm just a little bit thrown off with the microphone because I'm not using a lapel mic anymore. I've been podcasting with my brother, and I have the microphone here. I'm like, let me use this instead today. So yeah, I mean, it's been like a year since my last video, and what have I been up to? Basically, well, that's the reason for the video. Um, Let me explain. So, I was like, what is what does this all mean now? Now that I got done with the whole cancer thing and basically feel like I got another second shot at life because around the time I was diagnosed, a lot of people were diagnosed too, and I don't think anyone made it. I met some other people my age, and I believe two of them passed away as well. I met them at a retreat for cancer patients, and they were all around my age. I'm at 34 right now, and so yeah, pretty young. You know, it really makes you question things. It's like, what if I wasn't here anymore, and what would my legacy have been? I I don't really think I thought too much about death because it's like no one close to me really passed away ever. I think the closest person was my grandma, and she was living in Mexico for a while before she had passed on, and I hadn't seen her, you know, for I don't know how long it was now. So it didn't. Sadly, it just didn't affect me until I was older, and I realized, what? It's like she was the only grandparent I ever knew, and at the time I was just, I don't know, 15, 16. I was a stupid teenager. I was in the middle of my own bullshit. Like I didn't know any better. It's just we were all teenagers. You can relate, shit. But I mean, now that I'm older, I'm just like, wow. I wish I would have done things different. I wish I would have appreciated her more. It's like you just take people for granted, thinking they're always gonna be there. But now I'm like a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and on top of that, I'm seeing. I think my dad's about to be 80, so I can see him aged now. It's like I used to be afraid of him because he was like this big, jacked, mean guy, and with the age, he's become a lot more humble. So it's kind of like, whoa, this is I'm an adult now too. You treat me like an adult now as well. Well, of course, I was being a big fuck up, but tough love. But now it's just like, oh, wow, you're getting up there in years, you know? And my mom's a little bit younger, so, for her, she doesn't seem that old to me, but him, I'm like, well, you know what? I gotta see you every chance I get, because, you are retired, you got nothing but all the time in the world, but I'm working, I'm busy all the time, and I'm can't be there like for every Thanksgiving and holiday and birthday, I really try to take it all in, appreciate it now whenever I get the chance. And that's, you know, something I wish I would have done, would have known when I had the chance. And I mean, we're all just living this fast paced life on our phones and trying to just catch up all the time, feeling like we're just trying to catch up all the time. And like, you see the Matrix go behind me, it's like just all a big illusion, It's like, just make the money, and we're just all trying to look rich, and the clout, chasing the clout. And it's all like, for what? Like, the best things in life are actually free, you know, because it's without nature. I can just hear a bird in my headphones, but it's just like, Mother Nature is the one that provides everything. We just put a price on it. And, you know, it's like when we were hunter gatherer tribes in about 100 people or so, that was your whole family. It wasn't just your immediate family, it was everyone in the tribe. And, it's funny, I was just listening to someone talk about that they were in a tribe in Africa, like doing a documentary, living with this tribe, and he said they're like the happiest. He was the happiest he has ever been with this, living with this tribe, and they had nothing, nothing but the rags on their waist, on their backs, and talk about hunting parties, running everywhere, and their whole day consisted of just hunting and bringing back the meat, and it's a whole celebration. And this guy, I wish I knew his name, but he asked the men what was the happiest day in your life, and they said, each one said this: it was when I brought a big kale back and I fed my whole family, my whole tribe. I'm like, damn. It's like, I remembered right away those times when I was disconnected. I was away from my phone. I was away from all social media. And I was just like, this is awesome. I haven't looked at my phone once, And I'm like, why are we all glued to a screen? And so I think I'm gonna have to do one of these detoxes again, because you really see the benefits right away. I mean, sure, you're like a heroin fiend at first, just looking for your phone, fiending for the phone, fiending to go online. But I mean, disconnect for reals. Disconnect from the matrix, and appreciate what you have, because it's might not always be there. It's like taking it for granted, and being older, I see everything I took for granted. I mean, sure, I can't change the past, but I learned the lesson. Don't take your health for granted. Don't take your time for granted. That's a big one. And I mean, don't take your friends and family for granted, and just appreciate what you got right now. I mean, sure, it might not be the ideal you're hoping for, but I mean, it's a journey of 1,000 steps, really. Quick example, like that helmet right behind me, right there. I mean, I've been wanting to ride forever. I always wanted a Harley, and it wasn't until this year that my friend, he's like, "Hey, jump on my bike. I want someone to ride with. You know, I want someone else to ride with." I'm like, "Nah, you know what?" Kept putting it off until one day, you know what? At the DMB big parking lot, I started riding the bike around, and I'm like, "Wow, this is awesome! I can't believe I've been putting this off for so long. Something that I actually wanted to do, and always came up with a million excuses not to." And I'm like, I need to get a bike. I got a bike. I started studying the handbook, looking at everything I had to do, everything I had to get. And when the time came to do the course, every question that was being asked, I was the first one. I was the only one answering everything because I was writing, I was studying the handbook, I knew everything just because I wanted to get this course out of the way so I can get my writer's license and start writing everywhere. It's like a driver's permit. It's like there's a lot of restrictions for new writers, but once you got your license, it's like, hey, go at it. Well, I mean, don't go at it just like an idiot, but you can go on your own. You can. One of them restrictions was like you can't be riding by yourself at night. I'm like, dude, that's one of the best rides because there's no traffic. But I mean, yeah, it's like when you want something, get after it, and that's what I did. I'm just like, right after that experience of like getting my license, I'm like, damn, if I really put this much time and effort into one goal, you can do anything. It's just like, why waste my time on bullshit watching other people live some other kind of extraordinary life when I can be living it myself? And that's basically what I focus on now. It's just like whenever I try to even sit down and play video games now, it's like, this is a waste of my time. This sucks. This is like a waste of my time, a waste of my life. And basically, it was the whole memento mori thing. It's just like, is this the best use of my time? I mean, meditate on your mortality and realize you don't have forever. So you could be like me. Hey, one day you can have some kind of diagnosis, and hey, your life can change. And even though there's been a lot of bad, there's been some good things. It's just like, hey, you know what? I would have really gave a shit. Like I just said, it's just like I didn't know what I had. I didn't know what I was taking for granted. And I really appreciate a lot of things. It's like a gift. It's just like, wow, I see people like splurge their food, and I'm just like eating slow because I want to enjoy it. I'm like, oh, thank you for giving me this delicious meal. Not to get religious or anything, but like just enjoying it. Just slow down and enjoy what you have. It's crazy that I had to preach this. Maybe I'm preaching it to myself, because it was advice that I needed. It's just like nothing's permanent. This whole life, everything we know can be over like that. I mean, this one concept called the sublime, and no, not the band. It basically makes you think about all this reality as we know it. So simply, it cannot exist. If this, just the way the dinosaurs were wiped out, let's say another asteroid would have hit Earth and humanity never evolved to what it is, we would not be here. If our parents had never met each other, we would not be here. So, yeah, we're all unique. And, I see a lot of people squander it. I squandered it. And, you know, basically get out of this matrix that we all live in. I beg of you, and go live your fucking life. Go do something. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Get out there, do something. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.